guessing. My name is Firmesk Rahim. I'm a Fulbright scholar. I graduated student of global governance and human security at University of Massachusetts. So today our topic is global governance, and I am graduate with students in the same field. So sometimes when the people ask me what's global governance in academic literature, we stop for a few seconds and thinking about what's really global governance, what's happening in the world. As we have a scholar like James Rodano, he says governance without government. So sometimes when we say to the people, governance without government, they may think how governance is happening without government. So I faced like these questions many times in my life, because usually global governance is very new for the people. They don't understand how this governance is getting beyond IR and traditional international relations. So it's a great honor to be here today to discuss a topic of immense significance in our world, the role of civil society in global governance. This role is embedded by each of you, and the invaluable contributions your organizations make across various aspects of human life. At times, those who work toward improvement of humanity may not think about the extent of the impact on global governance. Let us imagine a world without the broad networks of civil society, without the voices of diverse perspectives advocating for the people in our communities. So no matter how much we discuss the role of civil society, its true significance is really difficult to capture in words. That's what I think. So when I speak of your organizations, I recognize that civil society is not limited to formal institutions only. So the academic definition of civil society is ever evolving, especially in our technological age, where movements and informal groups can play a powerful role in driving positive global change. So in a world that is increasingly interconnected, where we can move across borders with ease, challenges also transcend national boundaries. So the power of state alone is not sufficient to address these issues. We need the active participation of diverse groups to support governments with fresh, innovative solutions and to amplify voices that can improve human condition. So this role of civil society goes beyond simply driving improvement. It involves actively shaping policies, supplying crucial information to governments, monitoring their actions, holding them accountable, and ensuring the governance become more inclusive. So civil society is often at the forefront of pushing for reforms within global governance institutions. Whether it is advocating for more inclusive decision-making processes, greater transparency, or reform to international bodies like United Nations or World Bank, civil society helps shape the evolution of global governance system. For example, many civil society organizations are calling for reforms, for example, in the UN Security Council, to make it more democratic and representative to the contemporary global order. So by global governance, and when we say inclusive global governance, we mean how to make spaces for non-state actors and other voices, especially the marginalized groups, to participate in governing and in governing the issues that goes beyond the power of states. So I want to talk about some roles of the civil society in global governance. Of course, civil society, they have many roles, for example, in humanitarian aspects. But what I focus here now is only in how they contribute for governance. First, for example, policy shaping and expertise. Civil society contributes significantly to policy formulation by providing expert knowledge, research, and innovative solutions to global challenges. Many civil societies possess specialized expertise in areas such as, for example, environmental protection, global health, human rights, and conflict resolution. So they often help draft international agreements, influence policy design, and offer technical input during international negotiations. For instance, civil society played a key role in shaping global health responses to the pandemic that just happened a few years ago, the COVID-19. Like, for example, providing valuable data, advocating for equitable access to the vaccines around the world. Another important role of civil society in global governance is supporting conflict resolution and peace building. The countries, the areas where there is a lot of political tensions, of conflicts, civil society, they have a great role in many aspects of humanitarian and supporting the human conditions. So organizations and in conflict zones and post-conflict settings, even after conflicts, work to mediate the disputes and foster dialogue, which is important for sustainable peace and development. Another important role of civil society in global governance is implementing global agreements at the local level. We know that we have many global agreements and resolutions about many issues that is global, and it's a challenge for humanity. But civil society, they have the role to work on how these agreements are implemented. They have the voice to inform the governance institutions, for example, like UN, to report how the international agreements affecting the life of human beings and in these conflicts. Despite the roles that global civil society have in global governance, but there is a lot of challenges for them that make it difficult to participate fully in inclusive governance. I mentioned some of the challenges that the civil society worldwide they face that make their participation limited in governance are limited access, for example. Many global institutions making hard prioritize governments and make it hard for civil society to participate in decision making. Some of the civil societies they cannot fully participate, or they even do not participate, are not allowed to participate in decision making. This is one of the challenges that the civil society they have in participating in governance. Or resource constraints. They don't have enough, for example, funding or expertise to effectively engage in problem solving. This is also another issue of civil society. Another challenge for civil society is unequal representation. Groups from countries with crisis or marginalized communities struggle to be heard. We know that we are progressing in our world and we have more voices appear. We have technologies for even more voices to appear and to be civil groups to participate in governance. But still, there are groups that they are marginalized and their voices cannot be heard. Another important point or challenge for civil society is disunity, which civil society is very diverse, and these organizations struggle to coordinate their efforts. So this unity has consequences, like, for example, weaken influence. When the civil societies are not united, they have weak influence on the public and even on the governments or even on the governance institutions, for example, like UN. So these are some of the challenges that the civil society face in participating in inclusive governance. So these challenges make it difficult for civil society to fully contribute to global governance, despite their importance in making it more inclusive and accountable. So this is what I have now. Thank you.